Hey, it's Michelle at Counseling Recovery, and I want to talk about setting boundaries during the pandemic because this is probably not going to be going away anytime soon. Most of us are realizing that, and we need to consider what our boundaries are. And the first one, of course, is physical boundary. You know, how comfortable are you with going out, having the 6 feet or more, maybe doing only outside events with very little people, or would you rather stay in and just completely shelter in place socially? That is an individual choice. And the thing is that while safety is huge right now, and I'm practicing social distancing, masking, not going out a whole lot at all unless it's pretty essential. Although I have had a couple of maybe 2 social events where we've been super far apart outside, and it's been really nice. It's been really nice to connect. But that limit had to be agreed upon with me, my husband, and another couple. So part of what I want to encourage you to do is, what is your boundary? What do you feel comfortable with moving forward from this point? Is it 6 feet? Is it more than 6 feet? Is it only outside? Or do you prefer to just stay inside and do all your socializing by phone or text or Zoom? Because everybody's going to have a different comfort level right now, depending on their health issues and just what they're comfortable with. You know, there's a huge gamut right now of being super conservative to being super lax around this safety issue and masks and social distancing. So part of what we need to do is to be really secure in where our own limits are and being able to express them. Because I don't know about you, but this is uncomfortable, right? I mean, the first time I went out to a grocery store, I got really anxious because people were not respecting social distancing. And this was back in March. And I just had to, back up. Because that is what I can control. I can't control what somebody else is going to do out there, whether they're masked, whether they're going to respect the distance, but I can make sure that I'm doing my part by removing myself if I feel unsafe and making sure that I'm not really close to anybody. The next part of boundaries is social. How much do you want to be social right now? And is it okay for you, and can you let yourself be okay with expressing that to people? I know one of my girlfriends got asked to do a dinner in a restaurant, and she said no because she wasn't comfortable. And I was so proud of her because this is not easy. There's peer pressure right now of, oh, come on, it's okay, it's not that bad, let's go out anyway, or making an exception for a special event. And then we hear of the stories where people are getting sick afterwards. So anyway, I'm not going to go into all that. It's more about, can you be okay in your boundary and communicate that? Because people pleasing is a big issue when it comes to boundaries. And I too relate to, sometimes I don't want to set a boundary because I don't want to cause problems, or I don't want the other person to get mad, or I don't want to be the Lone Ranger where everybody else is agreeing to something that I'm really not comfortable with. But that's going to be our world for a while. So I really, really urge you to consider what your boundaries are and know that you can always protect yourself at any moment. You can leave a situation, you can say no, and if the other person gets upset, that's more about them than it is about you. But it does take a lot of courage to set boundaries, especially in today's environment when it's really a hot issue and people are shaming people about not wearing masks. And, that's not okay. I can only control myself and encourage people to be safe so that we can all get through this together. And again, there's going to be a certain percentage of the people, at least right now, that aren't going to adhere to that. So it's really important for you to be mindful that, that's just what's happening right now. And we have to take extra precautions when we go out to be mindful of that, because I don't want to get into a screaming match with anybody without a mask. I'm just going to walk away. It's not worth my time. Certainly I want everybody to stay safe and do their part, but I also don't need to engage with people who I don't know. I can just protect myself. So I'm hoping that this helps you today. I really encourage you to let yourself figure out what your limits are and be okay with them even when they're different. You know, and I know that's the crux for a lot of us, especially for people pleasers or codependents. We really want to minimize how different we are or how different our opinions are. But right now it's about safety. So it's really okay. I give you permission to set your boundary and let it be okay, even if it's different than someone else's, because our safety has to come first. So I really hope this helps. I have a free resource library. If you guys want to join my email list, I have a huge little vault of PDFs and videos on a lot of different topics. And I would love to see you there too, because then I can get to know you even better. So stay safe out there and take care. Bye.